Hello and welcome to this video. Possibly the first day that isn't too cold, too wet, too windy or too snowy to do any work. So let's crack on. And what have I got in store for today? Well, quite a few things. In fact, 3 things. Thing number 1 is to do an oil service on this car called Prince Andrew. Thing number 2 is to sell this Golf. And thing number 3 is to clean Toby Charles. He really does need doing. He's very dirty. And next month I may well just use this car. Will I get all these 3 done? And which of these 3 things is the most important? So which one should I tackle first? Well, the oil service does need doing in order for me to carry on using a reliable car. But then the Golf does need selling. And in case you wasn't aware, which you probably won't be, Boaty McLanky pain in the arse has challenged me. He's flung down the glove. One of us must sell a car this week. It's a competition. He has got the new Rover 25 that I picked up a couple of weeks back called Johnny Crook, and I have the Golf. But, you know, I think it's somewhat skewed in his favour, and this is probably why he came up with this little competition in the first place. You see, the Rover is a rather nice car. I drove it back from Lancaster, and he's driven it now to Chesterfield. Boaty's also agreeing it's a very nice car. It's a nice car, and I've already advertised it as well. I've taken the pictures, I've advertised it, everybody knows it's for sale, and due to the way that our company works, I've had to turn down an offer on this car already. Whereas the Golf, oh, well, now, that one is also for sale, but there's almost no MOT left on it, and the battery's dead, and the back wheels keep going flat, and it smells a bit like cat wee. So what can I do to get this car shifted this week? Well, I suppose I could start by trying to get it shifted today. I mean, if it went today, I would be so happy. You would not believe how happy I would be to rub this information into Boaty's McBoat face. Maybe I could just adjust my ad somewhat and make this car more appealing. I had no messages on it recently. Yeah, that's not cat piss anyway. No, that's the smell of a properly hopped ale. You know, like one of those really expensive ones from Vocation. That's what I'm going to keep telling myself. Let's see whether it'll start today. No, it won't. No, it won't. The battery's not great. So what I'm going to do right now is go and get myself sat comfortably in a car that doesn't smell of cat oil, the famous hoppy beer from Hebden Bridge, and do something with the adverts. Much happier sat in here. Oh yeah, I reckon that I'm going to use this car next week as a treat to myself. I always say to my wife, don't buy me anything for my birthday. You've got enough people to think about in February anyway. So I'll take care of it. And my treat will be driving my own car. Right, so after 10 minutes of tapping away some stuff on my group, I have now advertised a Volkswagen Golf on my Rover group, which will make me very popular. But I've offered it as a swap. And if this doesn't work, I'm just going to drastically lower the price. Somebody buy the Golf. Somebody buy the Golf. Somebody buy the Golf. Or at least swap it for another car. Because then that will actually suffice. Swap it for a Rover. Swap it for a sandwich. Swap it. In an unexpected twist of events, I nipped into the garage next door to ask them some advice and ended up taking Harry Seacombe in for its MOT, even though it's still got 5 months left on it. Because does everybody know who's buying it? It's that time of day again where I go out of the yard in search of something to eat. Except that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to go and buy some oil for this car, so I can complete my second task of the day, which has now become the third. Off to Halfords to go and buy some oil and a filter for this car. Waiting for the, oh, you don't want to go there. Well, it's, the trouble is the motor factors tend to be potentially a little bit cheaper, but in my experience, they don't really seem to be. Where I used to live, in a place called Farnborough, there was a motor factors called Camberley Auto Factors, and every time I went there, I'm looking at least 4 out of 5 times I'd go and collect a part, get it home to discover it was the wrong bit. And that doesn't tend to happen with oil, of course, but that resounding memory of the wrong part. Worse than that though is one of the motor factors here. They're all very friendly and everything, but they have usually one person on the desk, and you can be stood waiting for like 15 minutes just to get served, and I think that's quite a long time. Not very happy with the price of that in there. It's £18 for an oil filter, and they don't even have them in stock. What a strange feeling of deja vu I'm experiencing at the moment. That's my plan changed again for the day, because I've ordered the oil filter and the oil at the same time. A bit cheaper at Auto Batteries, although I did have to wait a while, and it's not available till tomorrow. So I won't be doing the oil service after all today. That's the kind of Aldi that BMWs crash into. What's a cute sheep? Back to work to presumably get something useful done. At least I have the benefit of being able to speed this footage up so you don't have to view it all. I have just found the most unlikely thing in the lock-up toilet. I'd like to give you 10 seconds to try and guess what it is, but you seriously have got no chance. So it's this. Lacquer. Lacquer peeled off of the red bonnet next door and ended up in the toilet. And what's even more unlikely is that this is in the shape of an elephant. February. Year of month of the Torah. February, month of the Torah. It will be for me anyway. With this, and you never know, I might just get Fred the Shed going as well. Running 2 estate cars. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Also, a bit pointless. Whatever. I want this going back on the road. Oh, I nearly fell over again. Next month, looking clean and ready to be saluted by those who know the know. Maybe I should have a sticker on the back that says, if you know, you know. Gosh, that would annoy me. And it would annoy you as well. And that would be part of the fun. But it would annoy me too much to do it. And I would never do it because it's just irritating. Another time-lapse sequence. The best way to make the time go by when there's nothing going on. Such a good idea that I thought I would have another time-lapse sequence, just so you can see how much care I am taking over cleaning my car. I know you're not interested, but you still have no choice but to see it. Unless you want to switch off. Switch off now. Switch back on in 5 minutes. What a lovely motor this is. Every bit of it. Every tiny bit of a scab. Every scratch. Every little dent. It's all magnificent. And now we can go back inside. Oh, that's a bit further than I expected. Quite a bit further. So, is that the end of this video? No. I am quite keen to talk about some of the inadequacies in the way that people drive, because there are quite a few normal driving habits that are just not very good. In fact, I think I'm going to make a video of that. The challenge has started to sell the Volkswagen Golf within a week, and we reckon together that it would be a good idea if we both did a bit of this, a bit of properly pushing a car to get rid of it. We've had it, we don't want it any longer, perhaps you do, and that's what I'm going to do tonight as well. Although, of course, the only trouble with that, then I will end up with somebody saying, "Oh, come and collect it right now." And I don't want you to come and collect it right now. I'm at home. I want to stay at home. I don't want to go down to the dark yard and meet a stranger. But then, of course, it's, well, why advertise it tonight then? Why not do it tomorrow? Yes, good point. Yeah, but I'll still do it tonight. So, what you're about to see are some adverts for this very car. Not this one, the Golf. Let's get rid of it.
And now here we are at the back end of this video, where I happen to be rambling on about spring or such like and how much I'm enjoying it, but I've chosen to just voice over this bit rather than just get rid of it, because it is a bit boring. I don't know why, I just couldn't be bothered to get rid of it. Although it's a lot less effort to just talk over the top of it instead. Maybe you'll... I mean, I'm going to disagree with this. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, does it? Yeah. Oh, I thought I'd stopped, but no, evidently not. No, I'm still going on about how light it is outside. I'm saying pretty much what I'm saying now, except that this is a voiceover.
But that's for a different day. What about the end of this video? Well, I am driving home as normal, where often one of my videos will finish with me driving home to kind of close I'm not even going to search for the word. I'm just going to give up on that.